Hey, what's up traders? Just a quick reminder, we're still doing this contest. If you'd like, comment, subscribe to all the videos that I post this month. We're gonna pick somebody who's done that for the course of the month and give them free access to the full academy. And if you already have access to the academy, some sort of call with me. So check out our video for a winner of last month for February, and I'll probably hop on a call with you anyway. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll choose a winner at the end of the month. And thanks for your support. Peace. Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Clay. I own Ronin Forex, and in this video I want to talk further about silver. We've been in this trade, in and out of it in our VIP group since about 13 down here. So this is a crude silver chart. This is what it looks like right now, though, if you want to look at it at home. And I'm going to tell you this too, first of all, before you judge the fact that I have this just like drawn on a little whiteboard like this. Once you get your levels down, once you know your technical analysis and fundamentals, and more than that, just your strategy behind it, how detailed your charts really start to matter less and less and less. You know, it definitely does matter, especially once you zoom in on smaller time frames and dial your strategy in. But you know, something simple like this, I can explain and will explain exactly how I'm taking this trade, how I've been taking this trade, and my rationale behind it, and what I plan on doing with it. So this is on a monthly time frame for silver. We had this massive move. I think this is like around like 30 up here, and here we are. This big sell-off right here was when the markets crashed like 2 weeks ago, and there's a ton of margin calls and people just taking what they can out of the market, and it caused a huge drop in silver, which was a big breakdown, but which created a false breakdown for us. So in our group, just to fast forward quite a bit now, in our group we've been holding right here, right at this point, which is where we break back inside this structure right here. Okay, so this is kind of a big pennant formation. We've broken back inside of here, and just recently today we've broken higher, and we've established that we've got our momentum back inside this structure here. So we've had a great morning so far in silver. And you know, a lot of people ask me though, like when they see maybe if I share my profits or some of my trades in the group, you know, it's not just like, very rarely do I just have one trade and I just hold it. And honestly, I should be better about doing that. But a lot of times what I do is I'm in and out of the trade, using the technical analysis behind it after I've established my bias. So here, I've established that the bias is bullish, and I believe that we're going to retest this trend line, or it's more like a wedge line, you know, and this comes in at 1850, I believe. And so you can double check my numbers if you want, but I know this stuff pretty well off the top of my head because I look at it all day. So 1850 is our target from the upside. Right now we're at 1460. So the next point is, and also I should point out, I think it's important that we just got above a 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. So that's a very 38.2, 61.8 those are the two Fibonacci levels that I really personally pay more attention to, and 38.2 is going to create a good layer of support for us. So we're above that, and we're headed towards the 50% retracement, which comes in around like 15.2. So that's our first target. So if I zoomed in onto a more closer time frame, let's see, right now what it would look like is, let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. This is the breakdown. So we broke down, we broke back inside, and now we've been consolidating. We just made a flag formation, okay? So we just made a flag here. I know the light from the camera kind of reflects off here, so just try to ignore that. And then we had some more movement up here. This is where we broke down from. So this is the breakdown point right here. So if I zoom in on this, this is what it looks like, okay? And so today, as another confirmation, if I went a trend line right here, and so this is what happened this morning. We had our breakdown, we've been consolidating, we made a bullish pennant here. It's actually more like a bullish flag, but it's a bullish flag pattern. So, and then we just broke out and then broke out higher now. So this is where we are. And so I was in from down here and had this trade, took some profits, added to a position, added small, and the other positions that I did keep, moved the stop loss to entry. So I've taken profits. I've also have risk-free trades running established with stop loss at entry. And now that we've broken out here and we had a slight retest, if we retest it even more, in my opinion, that's going to be great, because as long as we respect this trend line, then I'm going to be like, oh man, so this is good. This is good news. So if that happens, then we would get maybe a retest down here and then a push higher. And this is going to take us to 15, 16, and then I think 16 will be around 16ish is the 61.8, I believe, right now. So that's going to be a great exit point for this trade. So what I would like to do is, so I've added here, right? I added position here. I took some profits, so I secured the bag in trader speak a little bit. So secured some profits, and then on these dip points here, this is where I'm looking to add to my position, and take profits along the way. So like when I send, say, a trade, I hate calling them signals, but a trade setup is more about it. That means that I'm buying silver. My bullish is a bullish bias because we had this false breakdown here. And if you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about this over and over and over again. So this is why I have a bullish bias, because of this false breakdown here, and I believe that a false breakdown is going to lead to a breakout. So we've broken out higher, and then I'm just going to add to that position. So like in the trade that I sent in our VIP group, I believe 16.20, $16.20 is our target for our trade. So we're almost there. Our entry was at like 13.2. So it's been a great trade so far. So, but along that, just because that's the quote unquote signal or trade setup, whatever you want to call it, that was sent out, that just means that, hey, this is where I think we're going to go. This is going to be a great exit point. And these are along the way, whatever your strategy is in between there, this is where you need to develop your own style as a trader. And because a lot of times, especially in the volatility of these markets, it's not the type of markets, in my opinion, where you can just enter a trade in and forget about it. Because for me, trading doesn't work that way. You got to be present to what's going on. You got to take the opportunities when the market gives you, and you need to learn to be able to discern. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but you need to learn how to discern when it's time to when it's time to take profits, when it's time to leave a trade, or when it's time to exit out of the trade as well. And so and that's the tricky part for sure. The hardest part about trading is not having losers. The hardest part is not closing a profitable trade too early, in my opinion. So just to show you this strategy on one more trade that I've been taking, that we've done in our group, and I think it's a great example of this. So we're in a trade in Euro Pound. Sorry, I got all these markers here. We're in a trade in Euro Pound right now, and so it had this huge rally, and then kind of made its way down like this. And this is one of my favorite patterns to trade. And so this is a descending wedge here. Man, I love trading wedge breakouts. And then on top of that, so just what I said like 2 minutes ago about my favorite Fibonacci levels. Here is, we are also happen to be at the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement on euro pound. So this is it's a good confluence. There's a lot of pieces coming together. So trading's all about putting the puzzle pieces together. Also, there's I believe the 200 moving average that comes in right about there too. So that creates it. I'm not a huge moving averages guy, but that just is another confirmation for sure. So we've entered in this trade. I called it last week. Once we were on the 61.8 at the bottom of this wedge, I sent out a trade, and we hit this. We hit 100 pips here, and we broke out of this wedge. So we just broke out of the wedge, and here we are. So this is the trade. So because in the charts that I share with my group, and this is a perk of being in my group. I mean, I teach all this stuff in the training, how to do it, how I do it at least, and how it works for me. This is just a very shortened version. Breakout right here, and so I would enter in here at the breakout point, but this doesn't mean, I think we could have the potential, to go up here. So which would be the top of the wedge. So that would be my target, but I'm not particularly going to just hold the trade for that long. I might establish one position that I would hold and then trade around it. And the way I would trade around it is that, and honestly right now it's very hard to do with, any one news headline can change the markets completely. So, but take profits here, and just today, which is excellent in my opinion, we just got a dip back down to the 61.8% retracement. So as long as we're still above here, now this is great. So I think that, oh man, okay, we've broken out here. We've broken out here, and we're just retesting the wedge. Now what I'm going to look for is more movement to the upside, and we just re-entered at 0.87770, 8770. So I hope this makes sense to you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking to buy dips along the way, find exit points. I'm going to be looking for different clues to when the trade's losing momentum, and I'm going to take what the market can give me. So the thing is, there's always another trade too. So, but when you find a setup that you particularly like, or something that, I'm drawn to these trades because I've taken a lot of them and they've worked out well for me. So that's what I look for. So, when you find the trade setup that is like specific to you, take advantage of it. Zero in on that trade. Like I did a video yesterday on how important it is to just focus on that trade, and, trade it exclusively until you're ready to move on to the next trade, and then start hunting again. So I hope that makes sense to you. When you find setups like these, it can be super profitable if you trade them right. And so that's what I teach in my training. And if you're following people and they can't tell you exactly or break down why exactly they would want to trade euro pound, or why they would want to trade silver, and if they can't tell you the numbers they're trading off the top of their head or the key levels, maybe they're not. Maybe you should find somebody who is. So if you would like that to be me, click the link in the bio or click the link below, wherever it is. But I hope this makes sense to you. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking to trade this up until we reach the top of this wedge, and hopefully euro pound pans out pretty well. And then also, just to add to this, so if I have a bullish bias on euro pound, I'm going to look for other euro pairs to be bullish as well. Euro USD, maybe not so much right now, but maybe euro CAD, maybe euro AUD. These could be other places where you could find similar setups like this and kind of make the search for trades a little bit easier. So hope you liked this video, hope it made sense to you, and I hope to see you in my trading group one day. And to all the people who are in there, you're the best. We have the best community out there. It's amazing. Super humbled by you guys and girls, and thanks for all your support. Let's get it this week. Peace.